Flat Earth. Still waking up. So I've been on Facebook. I've noticed that these Flat Earth groups have a lot of globers in there. They post a lot of memes and questions, but it's kind of aimed to like ridicule us, you know what I mean? Like not expecting us to have the answer and all these kind of things and stuff. So with this one that posts is showing you Felix's jump from space. But as we see background, it's quite different to what you actually see on video and footage of the original. And so it's not Kansas anymore, is it? So it's like mountains and rivers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I kind of thought this would make a good video to post into a lot of those chats and stuff kind of thing, like, because like to interact and type out everything and stuff like that kind of thing, you're only, I don't know, there's only a couple of people that get to see it, and so this way I get to record what I've done and then I can put it out, and every time I see one of those kind of comments which is relevant. So there's a few different types of questions and such which can be answered quite easily, so I might address the other ones at some point as well. But as far as like my series, I could even consider this as like part of it, you know what I mean? It's like my channel started with Flat Earth videos, and so in terms of like seeking enlightenment and all these kind of things, I kind of think Flat Earth has got a big contribution to that, So that's fair in that kind of sense as well. So I don't know, it's kind of a good place for it in the series. As we break from the last part of the series and we're coming to a new one, then it's like you get this little gap. So yeah, I addressed this one with the original picture shows Kansas in the background. Don't edit the picture to prove your globe. It shows you can only fake it to make it work for you. So someone responded, where can I find the original copy? This is all I've seen, so can you help me find the original that is obviously being censored by the global cabal? So somebody said he's kidding. But I posted the picture of that one. So you got actually Kansas, that's like the official photo, and what it should look like according to the original footage and stuff. So I say, here's a video too. That's how I posted that as well. So then they can cross-reference in that kind of sense as well. But so yeah, I said I posted the video too. Notice the horizon from the view of a canopy at the beginning. So I'm referencing that on the video. So you can see it on the video. So this isn't just a photo, So it's same with that, they can cross-reference that that's like officially on the video as well. You see in that background. So then I responded to the "he's kidding" comment with the evidence is there. How can I be kidding? And they responded, is Kansas in that pic or the video link below? So I respond with, yes, they're using a fisheye lens to bend the horizon. You can see the real horizon from his view when he's still sat down in the video. So again, you can see the real horizon there, and it's in the video as well. So so then this person, I'll address this person. It's first time he spoke. Why would they bother? Don't FALs distort the whole image? Why did we miss the other shot? Do you have a screen grab? And I kind of think, because I sent a video and it didn't give a picture, a thumbnail. So I respond with, yes, the image is distorted. It bends the image. The other shot was at the thumbnail. So I've addressed the image is distorted, bends the image. And then the why would they bother question, I decided to answer that as well in a way. So I put, and yes, it seems too ridiculous to even consider someone would ever want to lie about the shape of the Earth. It's much easier trying to determine whether they have or not, and evidently with this picture and video, they fail to prove authentic curvature. If you consider what it looks like from an airplane as personal experience for comparison with the image, and acknowledge the distortion is bending the image, we're either not high enough, or it might be worth looking for any footage that can't be debunked. Everything I find as anomalies, I've been looking for 10 years now too. And I follow up with the airplane example. Look at the picture and realise the horizon should be at eye level, then the distortion would be fixed and the landscape would look correct. The horizon is flat from his perspective before he jumps. So I'll show this picture. And then I say in this next picture, so I sent this one, so you can see, I'll read it out in a second. My camera's not having it. In this next picture you can see how the lens distorts and bends the arm of the camera arm. It's incorrectly curved the same way the horizon is. So, it's matching the horizon, is that arm. So, how it matches that. So the next picture, you've got it like that. In this next picture, the camera arm and horizon are both straight, showing a more authentic view of the horizon, whilst the fisheye lens pans up and down. Sorry. In this next picture, the camera arm and horizon are both straight, showing a more authentic view of the horizon, whilst the fisheye lens pans up and down. Also, the horizon above Felix's head, the horizon is above Felix's head, showing even at that height, the horizon rises to eye level of the camera, which is above Felix. So you can see that the camera is looking down at Felix. So the horizon, it's above. So you know what I mean? That's because it's eye level with the camera. It's slightly, but it looks flatter on my screen at home, like through camera. I don't know, light and stuff. But so then he responds with, "You are comparing two different cameras, one of which is pointing through the portal." So he's referencing back to that and that. So yeah, it's two different cameras. Yes, the one in the portal doesn't have a fisheye lens, showing a flat horizon. All the other photos are using a fisheye lens. The angle of a fisheye lens determines the curvature of the horizon. So then I sent him that. So he's got that example. You see, also, it's pointing out that I'm comparing two different cameras. So it's more like, he's seeing something. I'm showing, you know what I mean? Because, like, you can tell, like, it's wrong. You can see it's wrong. There's, like, loads of things about it and stuff. So another example would be the 360 cameras. This next picture, it makes it look like it's in space, whilst you can see it's clearly not. So this picture. So you can see we're not high enough to be in space. It's quite clear as that. But then when you're using fisheye, the 360 lens, it makes it look like that. And so, if you just higher and further higher, and you could see continents, and then you got this blue, which would be thinner because you're higher, and all these kind of things, then it'd look like, well, there's like loads of sci-fi movies and stuff from past, like maybe Star Wars before they digitally remastered it and stuff. It might look more authentically like that. It's like got that blue edge. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you're higher up, it's going to be thinner. But how that looks like. I know that blue bubble kind of thing. So relevant to like bubbles of consciousness and all in that kind of sense. But yeah, so then he responds with, and you know what lenses were used, how? Why would a private company bother with all this? How I know? The same way you've just learned how to see. There are many good research showing what they do too. To explain why somebody would want to lie about the shape of the Earth is a little different, as I can't give you something tangible to show as proof. And there are many contributing factors to why someone would lie. One factor would be money. It costs a lot less to fake it too, but it is more than that. The private companies just being fronts for something bigger. We see this as the media and governments push the same propaganda, all working together on the same lie. Ultimately, it's their accountability to explain why, but I don't think they're going to do that. It's always the last thing a liar wants to do. One of the big reasons why they lie about the shape of the Earth is for how you and everyone identify with yourself. Allowing yourself to see the truth about the shape aligns your spiritual self to align with your physical self as your reflection to the external world and world realm. This allows you to remember more of yourself and can trigger waves of enlightenment, leading to self-empowerment, higher intuition, and understanding of life purpose and independence. Something they don't want us to have. So in one sense, like independence is a big thing. They don't want that. They want you to be codependent upon them. So, I mean, it's one aspect of it which is quite clear in a way. I mean, most people understand that there's something wrong in the world. You know what I mean? The ones that jump woke up, it's something that it's kind of like staring in the face. It's like like the progress of the world is like more backwards than forwards. So it don't make sense and stuff like that. But so I followed up with some more pictures might help to see that truth. In these pics, someone would at first glance think they're seeing the curvature of Earth, although you might already be able to see the fisheye lens. So that one, for example. So you can see fisheye lens in effect. It's bending the cloud around it, rather than it's the cloud going around a curve and such. It's lighter at the bottom of the sky. It looks like it's upside down. But it's difficult to tell. It could be ocean. But like I said, like lighter at bottom of the sky, like the further away you look, it's a light blue across there. Alright, you got continents there. So it is from above, but you still can tell it's like the same effect on the previous image with like what's it called? Felix's picture. So another example of distortment. And we're high up, aren't we? Because this is like one of those high altitude balloons and such. It's daytime, the sky looks black, all that kind of stuff. So we're above the atmosphere, or atmosphere. So again, yeah, it takes away that element of curvature. You're seeing it in a different way. I think it's good for new people to say it. Like I say, it'd be a video which I'd put on Facebook and stuff. So when you've got sine wave, the yin yang, it swoops up. I thought that one as well. So this one, there's no fisheye lens on this one. You can see that we're really high up. Like the details up on clouds and such. Can I get closer? You see there's a lake there or something. So like that one's like perfectly flat. And it looks higher than the other ones as well. So seeing that in that kind of sense, it gives that alternate perspective. So now, like, you know, the ability to see the fisheye lens and stuff it's a big thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a big thing for seeing something which was made to believe as proof of curvature is now proof that were falsified. And now, if you can see like the fisheye lens, then you should always be able to see it. You know what I mean? You can't change that in your mind, you know? It's a shame the film don't take the brightness right well. So then, he asked me to share what these researchers have found. So I sent him Flat Earth 29 proofs. It gives you quite a general breakdown of a lot of different concepts in there amongst the proofs which it gives. So I said, you know, 7-year-old, but still a good video. That's where the conversation ended, but I might send him more, see what happens. But like I said, it's like, you know, as far as like where the conversation's gone, the other two people kind of like just dropped off and not contributed anymore. I don't know whether they're read anymore or not, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that cognitive dissonance, it prevents people from looking further sometimes. Even with the guy which, you know, asked for more research and such, I don't know what he thinks about it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's a big thing to overcome, isn't it? You know, that first initial realization of like, you know, this is not a lie. The faking of the globe is what the lie were, you know, but so yeah, I've got other pictures I was gonna post, but it would have taken too long. And you know, it's also an effort to like type and describe what you want to say as well. So as you see him jumping, you still got the fisheye lens, and you can see that curving. Although you know it's not matching up with like what the curvature should be. Because that would be quite drastic, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be perfectly flat, you know what I mean, as Kansas is. And then it's like, you know, showing you this haze as if like, you know, that's the curvature. So you got some landscape underneath. I suppose it's lower there, but I can't tell how high it is. I see it's lower there as well. But for more like authentic pictures rather than fisheye as such. I'm not sure about all of them, because that looks like maybe it's sweeping a little bit. You can't tell because there's cloud there. That's that one. You can really tell that that's fisheye now. So ends and such. Now it's distorted and such. I'll make them bigger. So again, you can see it's that fisheye lens effect. It's like the ground in the foreground always looks flatter in terms of like how the fisheye is bending it and stuff. So it's more correct in centre. Again, it's like, the earth just ends. It's like a really sharp turn. Another thing about the horizon always being above the head, like on Rory Cooper's video, he was describing the fisheye lenses and stuff. So if the camera points this way, you'd still have the horizon meet the top. So the sloping down here of the Earth, it debunks that, because that's not happening. If you pan your camera to the left, and then you can still see the top of the horizon moving wherever you turn the camera, then it shows that then it's always pointing to the horizon. And if it's sloping down here, then there can't be a horizon across there if it were a globe, if they weren't using a fisheye lens. But because we are, that's it's showing you that it's flat. It's showing you that the faking that curvature. Let's say on ground again. I'm going to send more of them, but so if you've been on an airplane, you've never seen that. That's wrong. But you've been higher than that in an airplane as well, so. So 360 cameras again. So you got more sky. I think edge camera must be beyond the picture. It's got this blue ring. So like them planets on Star Wars or other sci-fi things and stuff. You got the sky doing the same thing. So we never experience it, but it's completely the thing that you get with like fisheye lenses. But again, like in an airplane, you'd be able to disprove that this would be authentic. So even stuff like this, you see, because it's more familiar with the idea of what the globe should look like, it's a real camera shot, but it's still the fisheye lens. That's how it bends. And also, we're talking about 50% at ball on one side, so it's all lit up, but we're not seeing enough continents. There's 7 seas, not one. So, all that kind of thing. That's another example. You see, like, you make it look like an ice planet when really it's just an high altitude picture with a 360 lens. So that's like directly below the plane, and that's in distance. So that's the horizon. It's the horizon, the horizon. So it goes into distance at each angle. That's where the sun is, above the horizon. I'll turn it. So yeah, like underneath the plane, and then it starts to go away. So that's where your horizon is. So again, more fisheye lens. More fisheye lens. It's bending airplane wing. And if an airplane could fly this high, because he's talking about, the amount of curvature. So it's like the same kind of height, but you've not got that curvature there. So you get all these other shots where you're not getting the fisheye lens. You can see for quite a long way. So yeah, that's how I fake it. You see how the distance becomes sky? Like it ain't got an edge to the globe. It starts to get mistier and into the sky rather than what you should see on a globe. So you'll be able to prove the curvature with the Oda lights if this were true. So again, it's fisheye lens. I see, we've made Florida too big. And that's the last one. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Nice one, cheers.